Good evening, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters here on YouTube. Those who follow my Facebook group, Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, and those who follow my short reel TikToks under ApeCS895. How's everybody doing this evening? Tonight we're doing the episode is Fast Dark Shadows, and it's open mic night tonight. I hope everybody is doing great. I'm fixing to send the link to El Primo. Go. Link sent. How you doing, Real MMA? Hope you're doing great tonight. Let me see if I can share this link real quick over here to my groups. Uh, let's see my groups. I guess I'll do it the other way. How you doing, Melvin Harrison? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing great today. How you doing, Brian Griffin? How you doing tonight? That's good, brother. I think they did an update on the system. Uh, they did an update on the system, so I did the update on it. So hopefully everybody is getting the notifications. I'm waiting on cousin Jesse to show up. I hope everybody's doing great. Uh, I took a little break from the earlier show, and I'm just waiting on cousin Jesse to show up. I hope. How you doing, Sister Cynthia, Sister Ivy? Let me share to the groups real quick. Is the primo coming? It should be coming. Just waiting on him. I'm trying to share to the groups on Facebook real quick before I continue. Just it takes a while for me to share this to the groups. There he is. There's cousin Jesse right there.
Hello, my cousin.
What's up, primo?
Welcome, Cynthia. How you doing? Real MMA, how you doing? Prima Ivy, how you doing? Brian Griffin, how you doing? Royal Deluxe, how you doing? Melvin Harris Jr., how you doing? Welcome to all of the members of Spiritual and Encrypted Encounters. How you doing, Primo Abe?
I don't, cuz I'm just sharing to the rest of the channels. I just finished doing the live. I think I was live for about what hour and a half, 2 hours, almost two
Yeah, I gotta
hours.
have to, gonna have to turn on that ceiling fan. It's hot. Yeah. Look how I fixed it up, cuz.
Oh, nice. You put two of them on there. There you go.
What's up, Brian Griffin? ¿Qué pasó, loco? Real MMA. Yeah, I know how you doing, Cynthia. We're gonna pray for you here in a little while.
There we go. What we got on here, primo?
Everybody's here. Under Fire's here. Cynthia's here. Royal Deluxe is here. Brian Griffin is here. Real MMA is here. The Under Fire's here. Ivy Ramirez is here.
I just shared to the groups. How's
You know what
everybody
was
doing
the?
this evening?
You
No,
know
and
what was a bit?
go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
cousin.
cuz I was gonna
No,
say
no,
the best thing that you sent me was this. Oh, I love that, man.
it's nice.
Nice, very nice. I got your care package. Thank you.
You like that one, primo, the Neo?
I like the anino. Welcome, Walks with Bear. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Yeah, I don't think I want to take this off. Jaime Alanis, ¿qué pasó, brother?
I got Jaime
Welcome to the
Alanis.
show.
It's like it's red and then it turns black, or something like that.
Something like that, man. Look at that.
It's nice. Yeah.
I liked it, man. I had to track down the damn mailman because he was gonna take it back. I said, "Oh hell no, man! I walked for like 2 blocks to his truck to get it because he was gonna take it back to the post office."
Well, that's crazy. I
Dude,
know
I've
I
been
sent it
waiting
to the
for.
right address. It's just other forces are working there, man. They don't want you to receive the package. Seems like
Ruben man says, "Cool
uh,
ring, Jesse. You're looking
do a
like a
close up
mob
on it,
boss,
primo. Let me
huh?"
see if I can get you to do a close up on it on the ring. Let me see. Wait up, wait up, wait up, primo. Oh
Ready?
shit! There we go. Now that's a close up.
Look at this thing, man.
To show him the arrowhead, primo. It's nice. It's a black obsidian. There you go. Let me put it back to. Okay. There you go.
You have a Chicano Batman? Is is his enemy the vato they call it el Joker? That would be me.
It looks like a mob boss. Uh,
Yes, Cynthia, it was a beautiful, beautiful stones. I got them all put up in my room. Thank you, Elastic. Michelle Delaney,
Yeah.
welcome. Welcome to the show.
Sister Never's Angels, Cynthia said, told you it was obsidian. Yeah.
Yeah, she told me it
Uh,
was.
Black obsidian,
Thank
arrowhead.
you, Walk with Bear. Yeah, man. I put all the other ones in my room. Cynthia told me to wait for a full moon and put them out so they can charge.
Yeah, you got the selenite stick I sent you.
Yeah, I got it right there.
Send you a couple of palm
Elastic
stones.
machinery. Yeah, man, that big one, the big one, the bigger one, man. I love. As soon as I opened it, I saw it. I was like, I'm glad he sent me this because I was eyeing it. I had my eye on it when you showed it the other day.
The selenite one.
Hmm.
I think I sent you two of them, no? Or is it three? I
I think I got
think
three
two.
little round ones. I got some round ones. Yes, Nivea by the Mechica. Yeah, you can already tell, man, that this ring I'm never taking it off, man.
Then
It feels good. It feels good right there where it is. It feels good.
you got the protection. It makes you feel the energy
I
of
started
the
feeling the energy when I put these two together. But hey, um, that werewolf shirt, man, that is a badass shirt, dude. Uh,
yeah.
that's a badass shirt, man. And then it's real thin. Yeah, I like that, man. I'm gonna wear that to church. No, no, take
It's
it.
thin. It's not too thick. It's this material that's not gonna really fade or nothing. It's just that's made that way. And yeah, man, freaking that's a badass werewolf on there. It's kind of like what we speak about. How it's spirit and all that. How it's got the red thing in it and stuff like that. People are gonna like that tomorrow.
Yeah, Jaime, I feel the power. I feel like Captain Planet. He's a hero. The power is mine. I'm feeling a little goofy, cousin. I'm sorry, man.
That's fine, primo. Yeah, we have a pretty good amount of viewers over there, man.
Hmm.
It said there was like 600 and something views, fixed 653 or something like that. But
Wow, that's a lot of people, man.
but then when I want to go check, it said a different number. But maybe it'll fix it, in a
Well, it's
couple of.
because we got rid of a lot of trolls, man. There was a lot of trolls in there, man, for real.
What were they
Before all the
saying?
moderators got it there, I had already got rid of like five or six trolls, man. Yes, he really did bless me, Cynthia. He blessed me with that.
So El Primo, I've been having it there, man. I have been planning to give it to you. I just been having it up there, man. Freaking one day then you cruise by or something, but then you say you can't drive, so let me bless it. It's just sitting there.
Let's see.
Wanted to use
I've
it,
been,
because you do the show with me and we do the spiritual works and you need some protection also. That's why, the Mandela's bracelets,
yeah.
they can
Where
rotate.
did I think I got only one bracelet, man, but I took it off a minute ago. Look, I'm gonna go look for it. I don't remember where I left it. Hold on.
It was two bracelets, primo. I think you had them on earlier. Yes. I mean, he's my co-host. I gotta provide for the co-host so he can look good. Also, I'm not wearing
Here
a
it is,
suit today,
cousin.
but tomorrow. Oh yeah, but the necklace, some neck. Yeah, that's right. Necklaces, you got like the one I have. See,
Yep, I see it.
yeah, yeah, some pretty nice shirts. We'll be wearing them tomorrow for the show, dealing with
Yeah, what
Lycanthorpe and the Lycanthorpe Dogman, whatever you want to call them.
what
That's what we're
she
gonna do
she
tomorrow.
she's asking a question that I wanted to ask too, Primo. What are the gray bracelets? The stones. What are the stones on the bracelet? The gray ones. You have one.
Gray bracelet
The gray stones on the bracelets. What are they?
on this one.
Yeah.
It's like it's got tourmaline in it, black tourmaline in it.
I know that black stone is tourmaline, but the other ones, what are they?
Yeah, you're
Hello,
talking about the
exuberance.
ones that got black in them. Is there some
Well,
white with black?
yeah,
Which
the
one are you
white
talking
with
about?
black.
Yeah, that's black tourmaline in there.
Okay.
It, it's got pieces of black tourmaline in there.
And the white ones that don't have nothing on them, don't know they're all marked. Okay.
Yeah, they all have a little bit
The
of
black.
black tourmaline. If you look at them,
Yeah, I
you can
just
see
started looking at them.
traces.
Yeah.
Look at them, and you can see the black in them. It's got black
Yeah.
tourmaline
I
inside
see
of
them.
them. That's why I'll get you that, and of course, I gave her the raw tourmaline also. But,
Yeah, I got two
kind of
pieces of that.
mine. I get the big piece right here. See this big piece, but I just got it here for decoration. But I send you the other one. But this bracelet has black tourmaline in it also, so you got that extra protection. You get the black tourmaline on the wrist, and you got the black obsidian on the arrowhead. Because if I'm feeling things over here doing this live feeds, I'm more sure you're feeling things too. So I had to send you some protection, cuz. You know what I'm
I much
saying?
appreciated, cousin. Now I don't care if you do the lechuza whistle at midnight.
We just want nothing happen to anybody else if we do the lechuza sound. The necklace, the gray one, she's talking about the necklace, the other necklace with the beads, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a labradorite
Hold on, let me
necklace.
get those two. Hold on.
It's a labradorite necklace. And the other one has a little bit of citrine in it. There you go. The gray one is labradorite. That one is labradorite.
And this one,
And that one has a that one has citrine in it.
cool. Hey, Smurfy, ¿qué pa' squeeze, vato loco?
But they're all protectors. They're all protect. Yeah, I got a couple of them here.
Man, cousin, you got me looking like the real deal now, cousin.
Like the one.
You got me looking like the real deal now.
I think I got my stuff out in the room, but I think I got a necklace here somewhere.
Okay, Cynthia. No lechuza noises. We're good.
Uh, I got this one here I can put on. It's a big one.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that when you put it on the last time. You had to double it.
Okay, there we go. Oh
Yeah,
shit!
we looking like the real deal now, cousin. And then we both have sleeveless shirts. Hey, Except I ain't got no muscle anymore. It's just all bat wings.
You can look up the factors of them. They're for protection. The the citrine, it's got some that his it's got two of them in it. The citrine and uh, there's like two of
Thank
them,
you.
but it's got citrine in it. But the other one is labradorite. It's like a
Thank you,
light
Walk with Bear.
labradorite.
She said she could tell the difference in my place.
Yeah,
Hello, Cindy Monet. Yeah, he gave me an arrowhead, Walk with Bear. See?
I do a close up. Let's see,
Damn this phone.
black obsidian arrowhead.
What's up, Smurfy?
What's up, Smurfy?
Yeah, Cynthia was reading to me earlier what they were for.
Yeah, they're a
Hmm.
protection. They're a single one of them.
I felt brave enough to go outside a little while ago. You know, I don't go outside after dark, cuz. Hi, Cindy Monet.
Yeah.
We all good now, Smurfy. Look, we looking like the real deal. Look at me and my cousin. Yeah. You can kiss my spiritual ring. I'm the spiritual godfather, man. Just kidding, Smurfy.
So you like the primo, eh?
I liked everything you said, cousin. Everything you said, I liked. It's like you read my mind what it was that I wanted, and you said it to me, man.
It's like I already knew that what I was gonna give you.
I think
You
one of
know, I
those
just
I think one of those black tourmalines. I'm gonna give it to my brother Gilbert so he can carry it in his pocket.
yeah.
Right, Smurfy?
Or you
Padre.
or you could always drill a little thing and he could put it around his neck too. You know, make something out of it.
Welcome, Vanessa
Or you could put it in his
Grierson.
pocket. I'll be right back, cousin.
All right. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing on this Thursday night, almost Friday morning? Yeah, so we grew up in the same house back in the day. So yeah, we close. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is open mic night. If y'all want to come and get on the live, let us know, and when my cousin gets back, he'll shoot you the link, and you can come and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about spiritually. Hint, hint, exuberance. I'm just kidding, man.
You know, I'll put it in the fridge later on.
Yeah, it's 11:27 over here, Cynthia. Exuberance. No tengas miedo, loco. He put two comments, exuberance, and the only one that showed up was the. Oh, I see it now. So, does anybody want to come on the live? Oh man, he has magnesia. I mean amnesia. He forgot. All right, Cynthia. Yeah, he forgot. Murphy, he has amnesia or something to that effect. Welcome back, cousin.
Yeah, primo.
Oh, hey man. When the twin powers activate. Nice ring, man.
I've been having them, man. I just been having there. I tried to give one to my son, and he said he wouldn't wear it because of his job.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been having some the rings there. I bought them a long time ago, man. I just to have them there, and I said, should I go into the primo, and I have one for me. So
I could already tell you who's gonna be jealous about this ring, man.
who's that primo?
Your primo Joe.
Oh shit, Chucky's.
Yeah. There's anything that I got that he don't got, man. He wants.
Oh yeah.
He went and got two extra phones because I have three phones.
Oh wow.
Yes, then the Wonder Twin powers activate.
I figure we can put on use them for like for the show and
Mm-hmm.
I mean use it for whenever, man. I like the stone in it, man, and it's
Yeah,
pretty
me too.
cool. It looks like a blood, like tiger's blood or something. I don't know, and it turns black, red,
Yeah,
or like
like I
something that
told you,
color, right?
I'm not I'm not lying when I tell you, man, that this ring is not coming off my finger.
It's good, primo. At least I know
No,
you
man.
appreciate it, cousin.
Humphrey, I would not get that man a box of Cracker Jack because he wouldn't want the prize. He'd just be wanting to eat all the boxes of Cracker Jack. Yeah,
This
man.
is from the
Everything
comment.
that you sent, I appreciate, man, and it's beautiful, man. I liked it.
You're welcome, primo.
Ooh, look at that arrowhead.
If I have to give, man, I don't mind. And I have, I get all kinds of stuff, man. I have all kinds of stuff. So, bless you with the rings. Just, you're helping me out with the show and stuff, even though, well, we've been getting targeted by this trolls and stuff. And, you're still here. So, it's like, I had to bless my co host with something
Well, them trolls don't scare
for
nobody,
protection
man. They just
because you're getting to know that there is a spiritual battle. You're witnessing it.
yes,
You've seen this
sir.
as some of the people that have come in here. Some are coming in with demons, succubus spirits,
Yeah,
succubus.
I need this to repel the succubus succubus. Hazte para atrás. No me abraces. But yeah, man, I was asking people if they wanted to come on the live. Nobody answered. Told them it's an open mic night.
I told somebody I was going to share an experience. But I don't know if the people are here that was on the other live. What happened to me, King Daughters? Is there people that was on the other live that I was going to share that experience? But if not, we'll continue. That's why I put the topic: fast, dark, fast, dark shadow spirits. They move at a high rate of speed. They move
You
so
know,
fast that they're moving like the wind, and sometimes even like the light. You know how fast light travels. That's how fast they move.
Mira, el exuberance trying to pass the buck. Smurfy, it's your turn tonight. He wants Smurfy to go on the live instead of him. But
Yeah,
no,
so we're
because
waiting
there
for
is a
Exuberance to share his testimony.
he has amnesia, man. He don't even know his name is exuberance right now. But there's a short reel that you made a while back where you're walking and you can see this thing coming in and like an I call it an after image, and then it goes right in front of you. It's like
And it
it's
looks at me.
phasing in. Yeah,
It stops and then it goes.
yeah, yeah.
What
Road
what
Deluxe
name
is
is it?
here. He's the
Yeah.
one who asked about doctors and spells. He says he's here. Do you want to tell him what happened to
Oh,
you at the hospital?
okay. Since he's here, I can share my testimony of what happened to me in uh in 2004. Since you're here, everybody, since some of the people are here from the last. Well, I said I was going to share a testimony of what happened to me. So since Road Deluxe is here, it happened to me in 2004. Well, it was weird how it happened. Well, what how it happened is when I was going back and forth to find out what lured my son into the woods. You know, my son was born in 2001, so 2004 he would be
Three.
3, right? 3. And but he got lured when he was into the woods, like around, yeah, he was young. I can't remember what age. All I know, something had lured into the woods, and I was trying to figure out what was going, what had was lured him to the woods. So one day I was going to go down that path, and I decided not to. It was dark, pitch dark. You know, I normally will go in there without a flashlight in the darkness. You know, so like that, when you turn on the light and shut it off, and affects your eyes, right? So I went in there in blackout mode. So as I walked into the path, I said, you know what? I'm just going back to the house. You know, nothing. I haven't found nothing, so I'm just going home. So when I turn around, I feel like boom, like something got me in the Achilles. Like I feel like a sting, and I was like, oh shoot, I think a snake bit me because you could feel a puncture in my Achilles. So I feel pain immediately. So I started walking home, not trying to think of the worst, but it felt like I got bit by a snake. And that's that I've never been bit by a snake, but I knew something punctured my Achilles. So when I get home, I look, there's blood coming out of my Achilles. I go sit down on the couch, and my sister's trying to figure out what's going on. I said, something stung me out there. I don't know if it was a snake, what kind of snake, but I'm bleeding, and she's seen the blood. She got some alcohol. And when I looked on my Achilles, there was something stuck in there. And what is this? And I pulled it out. It was like a little spear, like a little spear. It had a point, kind of like the arrowhead, but it was a spear. It was made out of metal, and it was stuck in my Achilles that I didn't even know where it came from. So I put some medicine on all that. I don't know if I had the tetanus shot or nothing, but I went to the doctor. You know, went to the doctor. They told me, oh, there's nothing wrong. You know, so as the time went by, something happened to me when I was at the VA where I passed out in the middle of a road. Some people found me there and they picked me up. They took me to the emergency room. Then they found out where I got punctured that I formed a blood clot. And this blood clot was big. It was from the bottom of my foot where I got hit with the spear all the way up through my body. That's all I know, that it was huge. So my chances of living were not that good. The VA didn't have no room. You know, that's where I was at. They had no room for me because they said that all the rooms were taken. Then they said that they could give me a room, but I would have to go to a different hospital, which was King Daughter's Hospital. So I said, no problem, So they sent me to King Daughter's Hospital. I got transferred over there to the ICU room because it was that bad of a condition. Did the spear had some kind of poison, the poison in my blood? I don't know. All I know, I was at that time, in 2004, I was like 33, 34 years old, somewhere around there. I was young, 35, 34, and I have a blood clot on my left leg that either it happened with the spear or I don't know how I got there, but they kept me there at the ICU room. I talked to a doctor. The doctor tells me that it's pretty big, that they're gonna have to keep me there for 2 weeks, that they're gonna inject me with some blood thinners because they need to make the blood thin in order for that blood clot not to travel, right? They're trying to keep it, make the blood thin so it won't get any thicker because it was too big. So, okay, I stayed there. They gave me some shots. As I'm laying down in the bed, I remember when I walked in that room, there was this patient there, this African American. He had hoses in his mouth and like in his throat, all kinds of hoses all over his body. And he was going like this with his feet, and he was going like this with his eyes going back and forth, like telling me no. So I thought that he needed prayer. So I prayed for him, even though I was feeling sick myself. I prayed for him because that's what I normally do. Uh, so as they have me there, I'm sitting there. And I remember parts and pieces. I remember when they came with a piece of paper and they made me sign all kinds of check marks, but I was all groggy by then. And
I
then
learned.
next thing you know, I'm somewhere else. I'm not
I learned.
in. It's kind of like the hospital. I'm in the hospital, and the room keeps on changing on me. I could see a man like a podium, like with a Texas ribbon, and it looked like Abraham Lincoln. And then from there, I'm somewhere else. My spirit is somewhere else. Uh, all I know is I'm walking up this golden stairs, and I could see the universe below me, the stars below me, and I could see Earth in the distance through the stars. And I just don't try to look down anymore, and I just keep on walking up the steps. As I'm walking up the steps, I see a bright light on top of the platform because I'm almost up to a platform. Uh, when I start getting closer, I start seeing like it looks like a mirror, but it's not a mirror. It's like a something that's clear, right? That you can see through it, like something white, clear. So as I see this figure with a bright light show up, I just hear I can't look at it because it's so bright. And when he speaks, you could hear like thunder, the ocean, earthquake, anything dealing with Mother Nature, anything powerful. That's how it sounds. The voice just sounds powerful. And he asked me, "How did you get this far? You shouldn't be this far." And then I told him, "I don't know." And he said, "What do you want?" That's what he told me. You shouldn't be this far. And when he said that, I could feel my spirit, like a love thing, like the love I have for my son. And I said, I want to be with my son. I love my son. And then he told me, then what are you doing here? So when he told me, then what are you doing here? It's kind of like I felt that he blessed me to go back to my body. And I was able to travel through the universe, through the atmosphere, through the sky, through the top of the building of the hospital, from room to room, till I found my spirit, my body. My body was in convulsions. My eyes were back white. My spirit entered my body. And when my spirits flipped, I didn't have to open my eyes because they was already open. So I got my eyesight. As soon as I got my eyesight, the curtain opened. As the curtain opened, it was the doctor with a smile on his face and a cup of coffee. He looked at me, looking at him. Uh, he went with a from a smile to fear. He dropped his coffee and took off running out of the room, like a bat out of hell, like running out of the room. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on, you know. Uh, then, like maybe a couple of minutes later, all these nurses come in, RNs. They tell me they need to get up, that I needed to leave. They're basically running me off. And I wait a moment. So the doctor just told me last night that I got to be here for 2 weeks. They told me to get up and to leave. They ran me out of the ICU room, and I'm trying to figure out why. I don't know what's going on. So I listened to what they said. I remember getting in my vehicle when they took me back to the VA because where my vehicle was, and I started driving down the highway. I started feeling sweat. I put to the side of the road, and all I could see was blood coming out of my tear ducts, my nose, and my mouth. So I was like all out of it, all groggy. I didn't know why there was blood coming out of my mouth and my nose and my tear ducts. Get a phone call. It's my sister's mother-in-law looking for her husband. And when I'm talking to her, I'm making no sense. I'm like babbling, and she's like calls my sister. Then my sister calls me, and she's trying to talk to me, and I'm babbling to her too. That they don't understand what I'm saying. You know, like I'm incoherent. I don't even know how I made it home. To tell her the truth, all I know is my sister told me I'll be waiting for you. I don't know. I, I believe it was the Heavenly Father that got me home because I don't remember. All I know is what I remember is being in bed. I don't remember the drive making it home, and I had to fight for my life that night, where there's dark shadow figures or hooded figures, shall we say. There was like six of them in my room, and they're surrounding me, and they're reaching out for me, and you could see the skeleton's hands reaching out for me. So I start throwing punches. As I'm throwing punches, I'm trying to stay active. They're reaching out for me. Next thing you know, I see my sister run inside the room, jump on the bed. She goes to praying. She starts praying for me, and I'm trying to fight this spirit. I guess you could say Green Reapers or death, right? And then I said to myself, "Hey, where's your faith?" So as I see my sister praying, I start praying too. As we're praying together, the Green Reapers or death, right? They leave. So I'm still trying to figure out what happened to me. So the weekend passes by. I go back to the VA, and they want to check my INR levels, my blood levels. At the INR, the INR, they said I think the when I did the INR, I had like 5.6, but at the other location, I had 11.9 blood thinner in my system, which I was told that there's no way in the world they should have been that high. That there's no way that somebody can make a mistake like that. So I'm assuming, right, that when they injected me with the shots in my stomach, it wasn't to help me from the blood clot. It was to kill me for my organs because a piece of paper that made me sign with the check marks was for my organs. So they try to make me sign the piece of paper while I was heavily medicated, I guess, with the blood thinners. Um, that's what I figured happened. Uh, so I started noticing where I was running into RNs from the King Daughters Hospital. I was at Mexican restaurant eating food with my son. There was this lady there. She's looking at me and she said she knows who I am. I said, ma'am, I don't know who you are. She said she was the RN at the King Daughters Hospital. She looks at me and she said, it's your fault it's dead. You should be dead, not him. I don't even know who the hell he's talking about. So, tell her, so you telling me you try to kill me. That's what I told her. I said, but if you're here by the time I finish this enchiladas, I'm going to handle you because you telling me you try to kill me, right? By the time I finish enchiladas, she's already gone. Then I run into another RN that was there at the King ICU room, and she told me the same thing. She said she told me there's no way in the world you should be alive right now. She said you were clinically dead for 20 minutes. Said you was dead for 20 minutes. There's no way in the world you should be alive. That's what she told me. I had a neighbor that moved in. Uh, his name was Lance, and this guy, uh, when he moved in, then a month later, some nephews and niece moved in with him. And certain things started happening to my house where somebody sitting on the side of my wall or throwing rocks, and he's the only neighbor on that side of my house. So I'm thinking that it's him doing this, and then one day, he starts getting my son in trouble with the office. So I look at him and I say, "Hey, man, I thought me and you were cool. You're ex-military. I'm ex-military. We're veterans. What's the problem with you have with me?" And he told me the problem I have with you is it's your fault that my brother's dead. And it's like I asked him, I don't even know who your brother is, man. What are you talking about? He said, yes, you do. He said, my brother was the doctor, the senior that day. So basically, how his brother passed away, brothers and sisters, and he was blaming for his death, is that he took his own life after witnessing me come being clinically dead, in which they tried to take me out. He took his own life with a weapon, right? He took his own life. So he was trying to blame me for his brother's death. And I told him, okay, I'm going to let you avenge your brother's death. But I'm just going to let you know one thing. They tried to take me out, try to kill me for my organs. So since you want to avenge your brother's death, I'm going to give you that option. But at the same time, who's going to avenge me? I got to do what I got to do. You want to place your in place for your brother? Let's do this. You come at me with all the anger, hatred you have toward me, and I'll do what I have to do because of what your brother tried to do to me. He just looked at me, turned around, walked into his house. Next thing you know, he's gone. He moves all his stuff out of his house and leaves. But he was blaming me for his brother's death, in which, I'm more sure that I'm not the first one to try to kill at the King Daughters Hospital, that they probably were successful killing many people there for a long time till this happened, that it stopped them from making money. They're taking out people for the organs, and the doctor committed suicide. So people were running scared after that because they said that there's no way in the world that I should be alive, that I was clinically dead for 20 minutes. It's upon Jesus Christ, right? It's not upon man, it's upon Jesus Christ. So you could say I'm a walking blessing, a walking miracle, that I'm still here amongst the living. That's a story I wanted to share with y'all. If I crossed over and got blessed to come back, that means there's something that I'm doing that is right. And one of the things that I get out of it is always maintain a love foundation. You know, even when I was in the situation of crossing over, what I had in my spirit was, and my mind, or should I say spirit, was my son. and he knew that I was meaning well when I said that I want to be with my son. So he blessed me to come back. But that's a story I wanted to share with you, brothers and sisters. How they tried to come at me and take my life, but it didn't work. And I'm still here because of Jesus Christ, the Heavenly Father. He blessed me to come back. But there is evil people out there. Once you sign that piece of paper at the hospital, they can do whatever the hell they want to do. And you really don't have no say so. They give you the medicines that they want to give you, even though that they might harm you. All I'm saying is be careful. Sister Deborah says they killed her father at the hospital. Yeah, they said that as much blood thinner I had in my system, what normally happens is your organs stop working because your blood has to be a certain thickness in order for the body. Es como aceite, in order for the body to work. So when they make my blood thin, well, that's going to set everything off out of whack. I just thank God that I'm still here amongst the living, man. That's why when you get blessed like that, man, to come back and you're seen and you heard and what you witnessed, walking testimony, you know that he has some importance in you that he blessed you to come back. So, como se dice, portate bien y do the good works.
Do the good works. That's crazy, cousin. I can't believe they tried that shit, man.
Yep, King Daughter's Hospital. There was women there and the doctor. A lot of women and the doctor. They knew what they were doing. And I'm more sure the people from the VA that sent me there knew who those people were. They knew who the doctor was. So I'm just trying to figure out how they blaming me. you know, when somebody try to do something bad to you, and the Heavenly Father is a protector and a avenger. When I got my spirit got sent back to my body, seven fold happened immediately after that, right? That that whatever wrong that they tried to do to me, the wrong went back to the people that did the wrong to me. So they're the ones that got the fate of death, which was the doctor. Because I had a higher power watching over me, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Eyes, ears, and mouth, blood coming out.
Yeah. From the tear, I thought it was tears. When I looked, it was blood coming out of the eyes, out of my mouth, out of my nose, and I had like that. Blood was coming dripping, and I
Wow.
was like trying to figure out what was going on. My eyes were bloodshot red. I didn't know that my blood was that thin. They kicked me out of there. Yeah, it was the brother that tried to blame the doctor. He didn't make it. After I guess he went crazy, man. The doctor, because the they said I was clinically dead for 20 minutes. So when the doctor went in there with a smile, he was there because he was ready to collect the organs. Probably something a procedure they do. But when he seen me looking at him, you should have seen him, man. He went from with a big smile to fear in his face, and he took off running out of the room. Only God knows what he's seen, you know, what he witnessed. I don't know. All I know is scared the crap out of him. Took off running. I'm thinking the wrong they tried to do to me went to him. The bad juju, the bad karma they tried to do to me attached to him because he had a spiritual opening. The spiritual opening he had was he was doing evil things.
Yeah, Lawrence, he was ready to harvest them up. You know, they did that to my
I
little
have the
sister
and
because
then I have the piece of paper when I went back and I had 5.6 in my system still. And even that is still high. 5.6, there's still a lot of blood thinner to have in the system. And normally a blood thinner they try to keep it at a certain number, like between 2.4 to to 3 to 3 up to 3 or 2.8 up to 3. But man, 5.9 or 7.9, 11.9, that's too much. I have a paperwork where it says I had 5.9 when I went to do the second INR. So even that, when I try to look for 5.9, and even that is a lot of blood thinner. But they really the one of the doctors that looked at that, he said there's no way they can make a mistake like this. Say, I mean, it was a person that was when I did the INR that told me what they try to do, kill you. How can they? There's no way they can make a mistake like this. So it came out of his mouth. The person that does the INR. He said there's no way they can make a mistake like that.
so am I overbuilt.
Sister Deborah says, a nurse told me she knows how to take people out. Asked her how. She said she can speak on it. God has more work for you, Abe. You help a lot of people knowing or not. Yes, thank you, Sister Deborah. Brother Orville said he is black.
Tell him so
He
am I.
was. I have nephews and nieces that are black. Cousin Jesse, brother, just
I have cousins in Oklahoma that are black. They're
yeah.
Carbajals. I heard what you said, overbuilt. I said I'm black too. Eyes crossed blinking, bro.
Royal Deluxe says I am not black. Oh, that's what I had to go through, man. Then I ain't have no channel. But the only thing I had then, not even positive spiritualist. I was just making my little videos of taking pictures on my camera. I hadn't built positive spiritualist yet. I didn't create positive spiritualist like till 2007 or 8 or 9, somewhere around there, possibly 2011. And I had to do that because to keep a documentary of what I was going through. The incidents with the doctors and stuff like that. I said, when something happens, people can look into this documentary and they'll find out that they did something to me on purpose and took me out. So that's why I initially created Positive Spiritualist as a to keep it as a record of the things that I was going through at a daily. Then of course I try to keep me on certain medications that were suicidal and stuff like that, but I got off of those. I'm still here, man. Thank you, Jesus. That's all I gotta say. But there's a story I wanted to share with y'all, brother and sisters. I have the
uh,
paperwork also from King Daughter's Hospital.
Bro, Deluxe, my cousin's been seeing spiritual things since he was 3 or 4 years old, man. So yeah, way
My
before that
life,
incident.
all my life, since I was young, spent some time in Mexico with a curandera. A curandera is a healer, medicine woman, and guess there's a curandera, white curandera is dealing with his cures with white magic or something like that. So I was able to see things of the balance even then. But yes, I've been seeing things spiritually all my life. I can tell when somebody has a negative attachment, as you've seen when we do the lives. It's the same person that keeps on coming here. It's not my fault uh, that I see the attachments that you have, man. It comes with the territory. So I can tell when somebody's good, when they're coming at me truthfully, and I can tell when somebody has either a negative attachment or they're dabbling in something else. It's a automatic for me, you know. My senses let me know. So, I've relied on my senses all my life. So I go with my senses because my senses are not gonna is not gonna lie to me. You know what I'm saying, cousin? The senses don't
Oh
lie.
yeah. No, you gotta always trust. You always gotta trust that gut feeling, cousin. It will never steer you wrong. Never. I rely on that when something's like that's coming at me, man. I always pay attention to my gut feelings because that's your spiritual senses telling you to be careful.
I know Road Deluxe. Did I see you for Road Deluxe? Did I see you? You said I seen you for a minute. Yeah, was you the one that we couldn't hear what you were saying? Is that Road Deluxe? Remember there was somebody trying to come on the chat and we couldn't understand what he was saying because he didn't have a headset or something. Because he said we seen him that we seen him
I
for a minute.
I don't remember, cousin. To tell you the truth, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can send a link and you can jump on. I'll let you know if you have an attachment on you. I can sense those things, man. Just like I could sense the hug of a succubus that he had
Wait, back.
attachments on him.
He says a few episodes back he saw a pink diamond lady. I remember that conversation, but don't remember your face.
Yeah, I think I know who he is. He really didn't say that much because we had another
Technical.
person and then he left. But I think he was here that night that the guy was dealing with what he encountered in the cave or something. He was here that night
Hmm.
when the guy was making the weird noise.
Oh, the size king. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
so he didn't really get it to say too much. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he got a hold of that. You got to hear that those dudes acting crazy. They were playing out a what was it? Playing out something.
Booty splunker. Yeah, the size king. He said he got done in by a 8 foot tall demon. So call him the size king.
Yeah, that dude got some serious issues, man. He's gonna be a maggot of a maggot below a maggot. He's submissive and he's a taker. Just
Yeah.
put it that way.
No, he said he
He
got.
he wouldn't be able to do nothing in the front lines or in the spiritual lines.
He said something about like groceries. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll be right back.
Yeah, he knows who his demons are. His demons wasn't demons, uh, because he's from the rainbow community, so he knew exactly what he was talking about. You know, because he was here to defend the other guy, the huggable succubus. Like I try to tell the huggable succubus, that I think I tied by and rebuked him in Jesus Christ's name. When I was tied by and rebuking him was the spirits that were within him because they were trying to attach to people. So that's why I had to tie by and rebuke him in Jesus Christ's name to take authority over the unclean spirits that were in him, trying to transfer themselves to to the panel. Yes, brother, I do. Sometimes attachments, like I said, they have to identify themselves to me through the spiritual. Also, they do. So that's when if I see that they're possessing a person or bonding a person, then I go into prayer for the individual and tell them to leave the person alone. When they flee and leave the person alone, then I'm able to talk to the individual to find out what's going on, and they tell me what's going on, what path that they're living in, and I find out what the spiritual openings are, that why they got attacked in the first place. So some of these people didn't even know that they were being bonded or possessed. They only know me as the person that gave them spiritual advice and that helped them out, did a little prayer for them, but they don't remember when the unclean spirit was in them. They don't remember that. They only remember me praying for them and helping them out spiritually. Normally, a person doesn't remember when they're being bonded or possessed by a demonic presence or demonic force. This is why that guy that said that something happened to him, that a demon did something to it. I don't believe it. If something, it was a person that did something to him, and then the person that did it to him, I say that he don't remember that he was possessed, that a demon was in him, but it was a person that did that to him. You know, and then he said that he liked it. So
Wasn't
that's
he the
just letting
same?
me know. That's what he had
Brother,
said, that he liked it.
wasn't he the same guy that said his dad was whispering in his ear? That
Yeah.
was the same guy, right?
No, 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 no. That's a different guy.
Oh, okay.
It was the guy with the cape shit that said
Oh,
that
okay,
his
okay.
dad will whisper in his ear
Yeah,
at nighttime. Hey, they might be all affiliated.
yeah.
They might be out of the same clan of the rainbow community.
Well, Royal Deluxe, he took two succubuses off of me, man, and he saw them through the phone. I was talking to him on the phone, and he saw them and he removed them from me. So yeah, I'm a I'm a person that he helped.
There's been a couple that I've helped here. We done it here. Uh, they had negative attachments, and we got rid of them. Then when you're trying to talk to the person that's being bonded, right, in a right way, because you don't want to leave no spiritual opening for yourself. It seems like the negative attachment in it is laughing at you or trying to make fun of you because it already knows what the next step is. Or what I'm fixing to do is type out and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. So instead of me in knowing that I'm going to do this, what does it do? They get off the feed. They get off the feed to protect uh, the unclean spirit that's in them. They get off the feed.
Yeah, the war that guy that was doing that, his name is Josh. He comes in every now and then. He ain't been in since the day before, but his name is Josh. He's a wanker.
They call him the one-handed bandit. The one-handed bandit. I'm always sure that
Mister
the
Kung
negative
Fu Grip.
attachments have names for them also.
1 hour and ten
Yeah,
minutes, cuz.
an hour and 10 minutes already. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Fast start, shadows. I try to give to my how should I say? I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I have open mic night. I try to get these individuals, wherever they were, I give them a chance, right? I give them the platform to talk, about something spiritual, real that they experience, and then they want to make a laughing stock about it when they were lying about that it was a demon, but then it turned out that they were gay and that they liked it. Like I said, I give people a chance to say their piece, their truth, and then they just fumble the ball on the 1 yard line and just make a mockery of everything that I'm trying to do here. That I'm really trying to help out people spiritually. Doesn't matter who it is. I help out as many people as possible. Those who truly want help. So if they were to look at the video, or I cut the part of what they're saying and how they were, what it was, how there was the guy was acting. In all honesty, he's the one that sounded like an idiot because if you listen to the video, you can tell it's him. So when I hear this things about people say the rainbow community, oh, there's Christians hate us, there's Christians this, there's Christians that. But what they don't say is the things that they do. The things that they do, why Christians say what to say. Christians are not going to say something to someone if they're not coming at you a certain way, right? So he came a certain way. What am I supposed to say? Agree to the wrong path that he's in? No, I want to tell him the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts.
Truth hurts all the time, cousin, but you can't cover it up with a finger like you can't cover up the sun with a finger.
You can put on his fingers in his ears so you won't hear what I have to say. But I did give this guy an open platform to say his truth. I mean, you could have been honest and said, "Look, brother HCS, I don't like what you're saying about a heavenly love foundation, about Jesus Christ." You could come at me straight up and told me instead of lying about something and just making a fool out of yourself because that's what you did. Everybody on the show was making fun of you, man.
You showed
Even
your
afterwards,
ass.
people on the show were telling me to kick you off, and I didn't kick you off. I let you speak your truth, right? But the more you spoke in lies, you made an ass out of yourself. So you kind of hurt yourself and the community you're involved in because I was honestly giving you the platform to speak your truth, man. I mean, you would come at me straight up. That's a topic I don't mind talking about. Not, I will tell you why, biblically, why it's wrong. You could tell me probably through policy how things have changed in the present, but I can tell you why it's wrong in the Bible. And the fate for those individuals is not good, man. It's death, death of the spirit. The only way you can change that fate is by asking God for forgiveness, repenting for your sins, in true faith. That's the only way. I don't have nothing against nobody. I just try to help out people spiritually. That's what I do here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you, speak it to you in truth. And me, I don't got nothing against nobody. That's the thing. I don't have nothing against nobody. I just speak to people in truth. You know, if somebody's on a bad road, I'm going to let you know. You know, uh, whether you're doing drugs or you're on drinking too much, driving, drinking and driving. I'm going to speak to you in truth. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'd rather speak to you truth than give you a lie or pump you up to say, "Oh, it's okay, man. Go ahead and keep on doing what you're doing." No, I'm gonna try to guide you to the right path. How many people know of people that were like that played against your addictions? That they just wanted to be there for the ride because well, you're doing the same thing they're doing. They just want to be there for the ride, right?
Been there, done that.
And you think that you're true friends, but they're really not because they're just there for one thing, for the party. Yeah, like I said, I have nothing against nobody. I've known people, gays, lesbians, and name it. I know people, man. Uh, I've crossed paths with people, all kinds of things. I crossed paths against serial killers. Y'all want to hear that story? I can share that story with you.
Share it, cousin.
Spiritually, serial killer. There was this 16-year-old boy who used to come play basketball with my nephews. My nephews were like 12 and 13. He would always come play basketball in our little court that we had in Elms Grove. Then one day the boy comes to me and he is trying to borrow money from me. And I'm asking how much does he need to borrow? And he's talking about $3,000, $5,000. And I told him I don't got that kind of money, man. I said, what's going on? He told me that he was wheeling and dealing, selling drugs. And they had a party and somebody stole the money out of the house. That the people that he got the stuff from, I think they were from Austin or something, that they came looking for him for their money. He couldn't give them the money, so they told him that if he didn't pay him the money, that they're going to come for his family. So I told the kid, I say, hey, man, well, let me talk to him. Can you make a meeting, set it up so I can talk to this guys? And he's like, no, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. It's my problem. I'll take care of it. No, a couple of weeks passed by. I'm at the swimming pool with my son. We're swimming, and I'm on the reclining chair. We're sitting by the little table in the shade, and I hear the door open, and it's like the kid. It was Puerto Rican. Yeah, it was a white American with him, and a an African American with him. So they're all standing in front of me, and I'm sitting on the chair. As I'm sitting there, and there's cameras there also. from to keep an eye on the swimming pool. So he looks at me, and this kid tells me, "I can." Is this what he said? I can kill you right now. There's nothing you can do about it. And I've heard this numerous times throughout my life, which is normally something an unclean spirit. So I look at him, and he's laughing when he's telling me this. And I said, "Why would you say that to me, man? I'm your friend." So I ignore him. Then he looks at me and he's looking at the guys and they're laughing. And he tells me again, so I can kill you right now. There's nothing nobody can do about it. So at that point in time, Sergeant Seals is trying to come out to take care of business. But Brother Abe Seals started using reverse psychology on him. And he said, "Why would you say that? I know your brother. I know your mother. They're very good peoples. You used to be you're good people with me. You know my nephews, my nieces." All of a sudden, the guy, whatever was controlling this guy, he told the guys, "Let's get out of here." They're walking away and he's looking at me sideways, like real ugly. But he just leave me alone and walks away from me. And I even told him, I said, "I'm the guy that tried to help you with your situation. I offered to help you. You walked away. You drove away in this black truck. Had been driving this black truck for about a week. Following day, he winds up in jail. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on, why he's in jail. Well, the black truck that he was riding, it belonged to a couple, a married couple that he had killed and burned their bodies.
Oh wow,
Those
what a
guys
sicko.
were those guys were involved too. And he had killed two strippers and buried them in a field, right there by Elms Grove. So he had killed four people. The people he owed money to, more than sure, I'm more than certain, the only way he could get out of that situation of him owing the money, he had to do something. I believe that they told him to kill those four people to get out of the situation he was in. That's what happened. This kid, 70, I think they gave him 75 years,
Wow,
75 years, like life term in prison. He was 16 years old.
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Threw his life
So,
away.
so I ran into a killer in front of me, but I used the Love Foundation to overcome. I hear people that come in here sometimes and tell me that a killer, I've been in that situation and I'm still here. So I used because I could have my military instinct told me to get ready to fight them. It was going to be 3-on-1, right? But I used the Love Foundation instead. I went with the flow of things of the spirit, what the spirit was telling me, and I'm still here. The kid is in prison. If I would have handled it any other kind of way, I might not be here, or they might not be here. I might be in jail for handling it a different kind of way, even though there was cameras there, right? But I'm just letting you know, it was a serial killer. He already killed four people, and he was 16 years old. Might have turned 17 while he was in jail, prison. So they tried him as an adult. This happened in Killeen, Texas.
Wow, cause 16 years old. Wow. Threw his life away just when he started to live it.
I'll try to help out the kid. Say I told him, let me talk to these people, maybe work an agreement with them or buy some time. But I didn't want to talk to anybody. It was dealing with him and the deal that they had. So he went from a drug dealer to a serial killer. And then they probably told him, they probably asked him, this is what I know. I'm one of those people that I know. They probably asked him, who knows about the money you owe us? That's why he came up to me and told me what he told me. Because they knew that I knew about the situation. I didn't know that he had killed 4 people. I'm getting choked out over here with a necklace, man.
Mine was digging into my neck, dude. I had to readjust it.
So, that's probably what he was trying to come after me. And then my son was in the water. He wouldn't have cared. When a killer gets gets his first kill, second kill, third kill, fourth kill, it becomes that much more easier for him, right? But luckily, he left me and my next of kin alone, because then he would have really run into a killer. Sarncias, where I've been, Operation Desert Storm, I would have gone. No, I would have gone probably because it becomes a matter of life or death. I would have not had no mercy on them. Straight death blows, man. And all because he made a mistake, willing and dealing, owe people some money, and yeah, it's crazy, right? And his mother was in the military. Her mother was like a E7, I think, in the military. I'm surprised he didn't go try to go after his mother and his brother. He had the mentality of he's a killer now and he can take out anybody he wants to. But he definitely had a demonic attachment on him. So I focused on the demonic, unclean spirit that was in him, and I targeted a love foundation on it. That's why couldn't do nothing. Because all I had to do is a tie bind and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. But at that time, I wasn't doing that. I was just going to prayer. Yeah. Cousin Jesse's been in those situations too, where it's a
Not as
matter of life or death. That's what happened to him. Tell him your story, cousin. How many people were coming after you?
there were 7 people, man. 7 people were coming after me, and when it was all said and done, there were just bodies on the floor. Female cop was showed up and told me to spread my legs, and I did. And then she tried to add a BS charge that I tried to attack her too. But yeah, man, it all started with a woman that broke a beer bottle on a guy's face, and I was working the door. I took her out. She thought she was Bruce Lee, and she found out I was the wrong one to be playing Bruce Lee with. She threw a punch. I blocked it. I blocked the punch, kick, spinning heel kick, and then I grabbed her by her arm and took her down. When I was handcuffing her, they said, "Look out." I looked up, and the beer bottle was like right here. So all I could do was duck my head, and it broke right about here. I got a scar. And when I saw my own blood, I lost it, man. I went crazy. I just, anybody that got in my way got hit. When it was all said and done, there was 7 bodies on the ground, standing there bleeding with no shirt. They tore my work shirt off of me. So yeah, been in that situation where it's life or death. I mean, I got out. I did 6 months in the county. Got out, went right back to work at the same place, and wound up killing somebody there that couldn't take an ass whooping. So yeah, I've been in that life or death situation, cousin. And what really sucks is like for the longest time, I kept replaying that over and over in my head, thinking of ways it could have got different. But at that time, that was my only option. So yeah, for the first time I got arrested in my life, I was looking at 35 years. There were 7 bodies. They were trying to give me five years for each body. So I was looking at murder time, man. I was looking at more than a life sentence because a life sentence nowadays is 25 years. They were trying to give me 35. The bad thing is, I was by myself, and there was 7 of them, man, and they didn't make it. I did too much training every day. Every day I would train from I'm thinking 7 o'clock in the evening to like well into like 1 or 2 in the morning. I would train just to be in tip top performance, man. So yeah, I've been in those life and death situations. I mean, when I went to Mississippi, the guy that was with us in the back seat, we lived together in the same house. He started talking all crazy that he was gonna grab the wheel and run the Tahoe off the road so that we could all die. And we told him to chill out. He goes, "Who wants an ass whooping?" So me being who I am, man, I said, "Me." When we got out of the vehicle on the job site, man, he jumped out of the back seat. By the time I got out, man, he had the longest, I mean, a real long log blade, man, a lock blade. And he took a swipe and almost he cut my shirt, man. He was trying to disembowel me, man. So we got into it, and I managed to disarm him, and then they sent him home. And they didn't do nothing because he tried to kill me, man. They didn't tell him nothing. So yeah, I've been in those life and death situations, cousin, more times than I can imagine, man. Even the one that freaked me out the most was when I saw that werewolf, man. That if I hadn't seen him, he would have killed me. He would have got me from behind. So yeah, back to you, cousin.
Sometimes, man, I feel sorry for the kid. If he would have done it the right way, he wouldn't have gotten in the situation he got in. But by making a one wrong decision, he went up in a worse situation. He went
Yeah,
from
well,
a drug dealer to a hitman in a sense of a way by killing those poor people that they hired him to kill to, I guess, to because they owed the money or something. I don't know, but you know, it's
sometimes you
crazy.
sometimes you just have to play the cards that you're dealt with, man. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I used to hang around with a guy, dude, that he could bring the evil side of me out like nobody ever had before, man. And we were doing drugs. I ain't gonna lie, we were hooked on crack cocaine, and he would start fights and couldn't fight, man. So I always had to be the one to jump in and save his ass. And we carried on like that for a couple of years, man. Um, until finally he did something that I did not agree with. And while he was committing that act, I left him and took off running away to get away from the whole situation. And he caught up to me, and I told him, you know what, man? From now on, we're not cool. Stay away from me. About a week later, somebody disemboweled him in front of his mom's place of business, man. That's when they try to do this to me, man. When they stabbed me in my arm that I had to smoke that guy that I smoked. Uh, it was due to that, and I'm not even the one that was helping him do what he did. There was another guy there that he met there, and they both started doing that, man. And I didn't agree with that, man. That's not me.
They had to kill somebody,
No, cousin. They we went to buy some some stuff,
some Holly,
and and there was these females that were selling, and he and this other guy went into the room, and then I stayed outside the door in the yard. So I heard a lot of screaming coming from the house, man, and I opened the door, and these two were raping the women in there, man. So I took off, man. I took off. I didn't want to be no part of that, man. Nothing. I didn't even want to go in the house. Nothing. I just left. And like I said, he paid. He paid because they disemboweled him, man. And I don't know why they came
well, the
after me.
husbands of the women came for them.
I don't know why they came after me, man. Because I had nothing to do with that, man. I had nothing to do with that. I can be anything you want, man, but I'm not that. And you know that when I was hanging out with him. That's when I was telling everybody that they asked me what my name was. I would tell them that I was the angel of death because I was just murking people, man. I was just whooping people's asses because this guy would start fights and I had to finish because he couldn't fight at all, man. So yeah, I walked away from him, man, and I didn't suffer his same fate. So that's what happens when you're out there chasing that drug, man. You wind up in situations you don't want to be in.
I've run to a lot of people like that, man.
Yeah, that,
That are
that's
in the bad
that,
road.
that story right there, cousin. I never told nobody, man, because it's just a fucked up situation. Excuse my language, man. That I didn't need to be in. I should have just been. I wish I could have been somewhere else, man, and didn't have to witness that shit, man. I was just disgusted with what he was fucking doing in there, man. He's lucky I didn't whip his ass myself. This dude was repaying evil for good deeds, man. We got picked up by a guy while it was raining. We were walking in the rain, and this guy decides to rob him, man. That guy starts defending himself, man, and he got dragged out from the because I wrapped a cord around his fucking neck, man, and dragged him out of the car because he was fucking that guy up, man. He was fucking up my friend, and then I think I broke his ribs, man, with one palm heel strike to the chest. I heard a cracking noise. Then he just started bleeding internally, man, and blood was coming out of his mouth, dude. So yeah, I was walking down the street covered in blood because he was spitting blood at me, and it was making me mad. So every time he spit blood at me, I fucking hit him. I knocked all his freaking teeth out, man. So yeah, man, just situations that you don't want to be in, cousin. He was making me use all my skills, man, for evil. And yeah, no, man, I'm glad I got away from him. That's about all I got to say about that, cousin. I feel like crap now, man. I hadn't remembered that in a long time.
You know, I mean, you get placed in those kind of situations, man. I mean, you just got the memories. Uh, there was one where there was this kid that I knew. His name was Malik. He was always coming to me, and he was a very respectful kid. We call him Mister Abe, Mister Abe. Can I borrow your lawnmower so I can go make some money? And so I lent him a lawnmower so I can go make some money. You know, I knew him since he was in elementary. When he was in junior high, he was doing good over there in junior high. But then his father passed away. His father passed away. and then moved out of the park. Next thing you know, he's living out in Killeen, and I guess he's on the bad road. He got taller. He was an African American. His name was Malik. He was the one that found me in the path of Elms Grove one day, where I was walking my groceries, and I don't remember what happened. Uh, he woke me up from being passed out on the ground with my groceries on my wrist, on my hands, and he tried to help me up, and I couldn't walk, man. It's like my energy had gotten drained, and he put the groceries or the bags in his backpack, and he picked me up. He was a big kid, and it's like I would take a couple of steps and fall down. He would pick me up. So, he helped me out in Elms Grove. So I heard that he got in trouble where he was robbing just cars that would pull up to a stop sign. They're robbing people. No, I know how he robbed people, and he robbed businesses. They're robbing gas stations and all kinds of businesses. So they finally caught him, and they said he was a menace to society. He was like 15 years old, man. So they kept him in jail. Once he turned 17, they tried him as an adult. So I don't know. All I know is in prison. He's been in prison for a very long time now. He should be like in his 30s by now, but he's been there for a long time. He was just a
And
kid. I couldn't speak for him to say that he wasn't a menace to society, that he was a good kid, but I mean, he had a record of already, I don't know how many people, he carjacked a lot of people, and they had him on video robbing stores.
that's what gets me, man. Like when we got those phone calls from those angry guys that they said that they were gonna do this and this to us and this to us. They don't know who they're dealing with, man. The the thing in me is not dead. It's asleep, and it could be woken up at any time. I mean, I'm gonna beat you up and cut you into pieces, and I'm like, come on, let's see where you're gonna end up. You have no idea, man.
They're making death threats.
They make a dirt thirst to people that.
Oh, you talking about the
Hey,
payaso, the dude over the white guy trying to act black? That's what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah, the one that called me an N-word, man, and I'm like, ooh, he called me an N-word. My cousins in Oklahoma would be proud that he called me that because they're black. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I can't really go into all details of the stuff I've done, cousin, because I've actually gotten away with most of it. I try very hard, Deborah, to maintain my love foundation. It's just that I was raised up in the era where you talk shit, you get hit. But hey, I do try. I'm learning a lot from Primo Abe. I do try.
That's why I think it's funny. These guys that come trolling here and talking mess. They don't know where he's been. They don't know where I've been or what I. You don't know what he's done or what I've done. They want to come here disrespectful when we're trying to do something good. Uh, we're trying to do goodness in their lives because we've seen enough badness in their life, enough evil in our lives that we're trying to do good for once. And then people still don't want to respect that you're trying to do good, and they come at you in a negative way saying they're going to do this, do that. I've been waiting for the guy, the shit cape. I've been waiting for him all month. He said he was going to be here in October, and I haven't seen him.
Well, I'm waiting for that
Working
guy
on,
that lives here
I've been
in
working
Lake
on
Worth.
hard, saying he was going to come for me, and I haven't heard a peep from him.
I haven't lost my temper, cousin, and actually gotten physical hands on with anybody since 1997, man. That's the last time I lost my temper and 7 people got hurt. Yeah, man, this been a long time, elastic machinery. Been like almost 20 years, man. Yeah, Cynthia, I'm not like that no more. I'm I'm Christian now, and I try not to get violent. I'm a gangster now. I'm a Bible gangster. That's why I say me and Sergeant Sears need to hang out. Sergeant Sears comes out, I'll let out corporal punishment, then we can go do some stuff together. Back like the old days, primo. Tear some stuff up, man.
It's what I try to avoid is because the unseen forces that are around are just waiting for me to make that mistake. Not unless I have to, I will, right? But I know that I have to be cautious because the only way they cannot attack us spiritually if it's out of if we're in a situation that we did not cause, but it's out of self defense. They won't. They can't attack in that form, but we still got to maintain a love foundation somewhere within us, right, to for protection. But that's they wait for a moment like that. They love when people go back and forth with negativity because they're waiting to attack. They're waiting to attack somebody.
Hey Cynthia, do you still need Primo Abe to pray for you because of what you're going through right now?
She put a picture of a car there, Sister
Yeah,
Cynthia.
that used to be her car, man. That's a 63 or 64 Impala. Cynthia, do you still need the prayers? We'll wait on the response.
You Christians really get tested so very hard, man. When I was baptized, had so many crazy people directed to me.
She says, yes, por favor, she needs prayer.
Let's do a little prayer right now, brothers and sisters. Heavenly Father, at this time, we'd like to pray for Sister Cynthia. She's going through a lot. Uh, we pray for you to bring peace and comfort within her heart as we placing heavenly spiritual crosses on her from head to toe. For her to continue to maintain a heavenly love foundation, so you can be able to assist her, Heavenly Father, through everything that she's going through right now. We type and rebuke any negative forces, any negative energies, any witchcraft or necromancy. We type and rebuke that in Jesus Christ's name. And for anybody that's coming against her in a negative way, for them to stumble, and for you, Heavenly Father, to make the way for her, so the light will be revealed of what she's going through, and guide her spiritually for her next move of what she's got to do in life. This I pray in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
How you doing, Sister Casual Conversation in GNA? I've done a podcast with him one time. We're talking about lechuzas, all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
They're from
really? That sounds like
California,
they're from
from Califa.
Califa.
Yeah, they're from California. They're asking me all kinds of questions. I just can't remember how we crossed paths, but They were doing. They had their little podcast show, a casual conversation with GNA there. Uh, but I guess they're just trying to grow spiritually, and they've crossed paths with people that've been through things and stuff like that. Good peoples. I would never think that after what I've been through, or you know, being ex-military, uh, disabled combat veteran, that I would be doing a show from 11 to 2 or 3, or whenever the roosters rise. I'm just waiting for the supply sergeant to say chow time. Get breakfast. The supply truck bringing the breakfast for the morning to drink, to eat breakfast. Like in the military.
My I'm gonna have to back out a little bit, cousin, because my the clock is frozen on my screen, and the there we go, there we go. The clock's still frozen. It froze at 1:51:16. What time do you got?
151, 28, 29, 30.
Yeah, I'm still frozen at 51:16.
Okay,
Back out a little bit.
righty. So how's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's doing great. We've talked about a lot of things, uh, but we haven't talked about the fast dark shadow spirits, or yeah, entities, spirits. They move pretty fast. They move pretty fast during the day. Imagine at nighttime. I've seen them where they'd be standing in the middle of the road, just looking at me. So when I go walk in the middle of the road, I'm already praying. Next thing you know, they take off, but they're literally looking at me. Uh, you want to call them shapeshifter skinwalkers? You could literally see them standing in the middle of the road, and when I start going into prayer, they move as like a shadow, real fast to take off. But I see where they're standing in the middle of the road in front of my house sometimes, just looking at me. So when they're looking at me, I feel like it's a spiritual challenge, right? So I go there with no fear and go to the middle of the road to fight spiritually, and they take off because they already knew what I'm going to do. They know that I'm going to type on and rebuke him in Jesus Christ's name, so they flee. You're welcome, Sister Cynthia. Yeah, I've seen them where they're standing in the middle of the road, and you think it's a person by your vehicles, right? And when you go look, it's a dark shadow figure or spirit, whatever you want to call them. And I'm praying within myself, and I'm fixing to rebuke it. And before I even say I tie bind and rebuke it, it takes off. They take off real fast. And then I notice that when they take off, some of the lights start flickering. Uh, the houses that have lights on, they start flickering when the dark shadow spirit passes through the houses, by the houses. The lights flicker. Do you think it's like draining energy? It makes the lights flicker from the houses.
No, it's draining the energy. Yes, sir.
That's what I feel. That it's. I've noticed one of the houses over there that the lights always flicker, and then there's days that it doesn't flicker, but there's certain days when I feel activity outside, that I could see movement, you know, like a shadow figure moving, and when it passes by in front of their home, the light starts flickering all crazy.
Wow.
I'm thinking a possible portal there, possible portal. Sometimes I catch them on my camera. I think I caught an image of something during the day that it's like a shadow figure passes It's like brown, passes right by the camera. It looks like a blur, but it's brown and passes right in front of the camera, and it's not a person. It's
Wow.
a spirit. I'll have to get that video and download it so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But since I moved in this location, I've seen a lot of that, a lot of shadow spirits.
Oh wow, they were. That's that's something I would like to see. Kind of sounds like your old house, cousin, when the lights would flicker on and off.
Oh yeah, that's nothing, sisters Deborah. Imagine I was living by myself. My lights, all the lights in the house start flickering, especially the kitchen one. And I'm over here, like towards my grandma's property. As the lights are flickering, I see the image of my mother in the kitchen,
Oh
but there's
wow.
no way it's my mother because my mother is already gone. But I could see her standing there in the kitchen looking outside towards me. And then poof, the lights go off. Seeing her looking at me, then poof, the lights go off. Yeah, some crazy manifestations that would take to try to, I guess, to trying to scare me or something.
Questions, anybody about anything that's been spoken of so far? We're here to answer the best that we can.
But because
All right. Can't believe that everybody wants to get on the show during an open mic night. Come on, people, let's do this. No questions or anything. Well, I can see we're about to come up on the 2 hour mark. I almost dropped my phone twice.
yeah, I thought I
X
heard
is
something
not
outside, but
X is not gonna get on, Lawrence. All of a sudden he has amnesia. You're tired, Cynthia? Well, go to bed, girl. Take you a nap. You've been up all day.
now we're on the 2 hour mark now, cousin.
Yes, sir. Kind of figured you were driving
Everybody's
Royal
sleepy.
Deluxe.
How many viewers? We got 39 viewers. Oh
Yes,
wow.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
whoever's here viewing, I do have short reel videos here on YouTube and on TikTok. I think the ones on TikTok you can see a bigger picture, but I got some where you can see the shadow figures moving at a high rate, real fast. That I
Tú
have to
sabes que sí, yeah.
lower down the speed to be able to capture the what's passing by me, and you'll be able to see the image of how it looks.
You have a question, but not about Shadow Man, Royal Deluxe. Well, let's hear your question.
Yeah, let's hear your question, man.
As long as it's not about the election or an 8 foot demon, we're good. Yeah, Cynthia, I'm a little tired. You know how long I've been up? I've been up since like 6 this morning.
There you go, Primo. There's a question.
What do you think about meditation, like the Hindu style? Well, there's different forms of meditation, Lord Deluxe. And even Jesus meditated while he fasted and prayed.
Yes.
So I don't think that it's not all forms of meditation are evil. It is a sin to do yoga, though. You're not supposed to be doing yoga.
Well, ain't Hindu dealing with a Hindu goddess?
Yes, yes.
So, and they sacrifice animals, don't they?
Well, the Hindus don't sacrifice cows, man, because they're
No,
holy to them.
goats and sheep.
They, yeah, goats and sheep they sacrifice, but not cows.
So it's a blood sacrifice to a goddess,
Yes,
Shiva.
yes, it's a blood sacrifice. So yeah, I hope I answered your question, Road Deluxe. Not all forms of meditation are bad,
I've seen the
especially
blood
when
sacrifices that they would do on the little statues where there's nothing but
espe-
blood, carnage.
especially when you're meditating and trying to ascend yourself. One must look inward to get to the next level. Hi,
Somebody
T2E.
said no.
What's up? No what, T2E?
Tito
Please
said no.
explain.
Yeah, y'all can ask any questions, put in capital letters.
Por favor. Yes,
Just the
Lawrence.
Hindu gods are Nephilim.
Yes.
That's what Lawrence Morgan said.
Okay, Road Deluxe, as you wish. For business, I don't even know what that is or how to say it without cutting my teeth, my lips and tongue up. There you go, Deborah.
For
Meditating,
business,
get back
what
to us.
about what about Kundini and cities? What the Kundalini?
Kundalini and Siddha His. The Hindu gods and goddesses, if they are, they're more likely Nephilim. Hindus do not do blood sacrifices. Okay, Tito.
Yeah, that's still the form of Hinduism. Those is the same thing. Kundalini and siddhis. It's a form of Hinduism.
Well, Tito says that Hindus do not do blood sacrifice. The Bible says yoga is a sin. They have blue skin gods.
Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know. They do. It says here, blood sacrifice in Hinduism has been controversial and has involved a variety of practices, including buffalo sacrifice to Hadimba, The sacrifices Kulu Valley has been criticized for its moral, theological, and practical aspects. It's also a celebration of Bahari identity and is said to bring order to the world. Uh, Self mutilation at Vajrayana Jari Mandir. The temple in Kangra was a major privileged site for the Sakti cult. The sacrifices involved blood spilling and symbolized fertility, but were discontinued in the 18th century. Goats, animal sacrifice to Kalikat, to the goddess Kali, every day and more on festivals. The blood that spills into the temple floor is said to be a manifestation of Kali's power. Then you got animal sacrifice in eastern India and Nepal. Goats, chickens, pigeons, and meltwater buffaloes are sacrificed in these regions. For example, Karimai festival in the Nepal involves the sacrifice of hundreds of thousands of animals. Vedic India also involved animal sacrifices where the blood and entrails were put on the ground for earth deities or deities. Yeah, it's a lot of blood sacrifice. So there you go. They do a lot of blood sacrifice.
Man.
That's a lot of killing of animals, man.
Yeah, no yoga, Royal Deluxe. It is a sin. Can't believe we already
No.
did 2 hours, cousin.
And somebody said, oops, so no yogas. Yeah, a lot of ditties. There's a lot of
Hmm.
ditties when it comes down to the Hindu. So there you go. You gotta be careful what you're believing in, man. That's all I can say.
Correct, Deborah?
Yes.
Ooh, man, that popped.
And then
Yeah.
people want to talk about make fun about the lamb, I think who was the one that wanted to for him to supposedly kill his son, the lamb. Who was it? The one that the lamb got caught in the fence. He was supposed to kill his son,
Yeah. I think it was Abraham.
Abram.
He was supposed to sacrifice his son, and when he had him in the altar, he heard God said stop, and they saw a lamb that was stuck in some woods, and they went and got it and sacrificed it instead.
If there were blue-skinned people, it means they have a different kind of blood. Abraham, yes, that's it. Road Deluxe, the the fallen angels. the Nephilim, or should I say the Watchers, they're the one third that fell from the heaven. Some people call them. They're known in Greek mythology also. It said it was a ram stuck in the thicket, but yes.
Wow. I'm glad I'm not Hindu.
Don't they allow cows inside their homes?
Yeah, cows are holy. If a cow is going down and stops and lays down in the middle of the street, traffic stops until the cow gets up and leaves because it's a deity. They can't move a cow, but they'll call you saying, "We are tech support."
Well, then you got the ones that believe it's a Moloch that kill children. Is it Moloch or which one?
Yes, mullet. Also bow.
And Baal.
I was telling someone, man, that when they rub my shoulders, I got a pain in my shoulder blade. They told me I got a pinched nerve, man. Probably why I got all these neck issues. Cynthia, you got jokes, Cynthia.
Yeah, 38 viewers here. What do you want to talk about? Some more shadow spirits? How creepy they are? How tall they are? What they can do? Those spirits, man, or shadow figures. They're I should have said they're conniving. They have many abilities. They can manifest to go through walls. They can manifest to have the power or the energy to open your door, open your sliding door. Uh, they can mimic different voices, different sounds, people's voices, and they're very tall. Well, they can vary on different heights. I guess you could say, because there's some that are not that tall, but there's some that are very tall that they peek through the top of windows, and they can peek like you could be in your room. You know how the high point of the room is. They can be peeking from the upper corner of the door frame, looking in because that's how tall they are. But they're in a shadow figure form. Let me cash into the comics here. I'm behind. Yeah, they like playing games, man. When I first moved into Elms Grove, I was cooking late at night for my son because on the weekends, I was a single father. He liked playing the what do you call it, the Sega and the Nintendo that I had, and so I would let him play. We stay up late at night. And as I was cooking something for him, I'll go to the sliding door to cut the trash, and I could see when I'm taking out the trash, there's the shadows out there in the park where they're moving around. And I'm like, man, why there's so many kids out there? I was like, in my mind, I was like, they need to go stop playing tag or manhunt, whatever they're playing. They need to, there's animals out there. So as I will walk through the park, as I'm gonna sneak up on them and catch them by surprise. So as I'm getting close and I'm, going through the darkness, trying to blend in, so they won't see me as I'm walking close. Next thing you know, all the shadow figures were running to the woods. And I go up to the swing sets. I'm like, I seen y'all go into the woods. So y'all need to come out of the woods before I go tell your parents. Because you're out here at 1:32 in the morning when there's animals out there that can harm y'all. Y'all need to go home. But nobody would say nothing, right? So I walk all the way back, like a good 100 meters, go into my sliding door, going back into my house. So I'll be there, and then I'll go look at the through the sliding door. Then I see all the shadows out there again running around. So I say, okay, let me go a different route. So I'm going a different route, and I'm seeing the shadows because I'll go to the next block, the next street over, and by the time I get there, they will take off to the woods. And I never once caught anybody out there. But the shadow figures can be very deceiving because you're seeing them move around, but then when you get close to them, it's kind of like they're spirits, right? So they're spirits that can sense your spirit and they take off, or maybe they could sense, the heavenly light foundation or whatever. They would take off back into the darkness. What do you think that they would do that, cousin? That they would be hanging around by the swing sets and by the light?
You know that's the energy from where the children play. They were just feeling the energy
They're,
of all the children that would play there.
yeah, they're very tall, over 7 foot tall. I would say like around 9 to 10 foot tall. That's all tall, higher than 7 foot.
That's crazy, man. Cause I mean, in my ex's, my baby mama's house, I would see those shadow figures just running in the backyard like crazy. And I'm not just talking one or two shadow figures, like six or seven, man. And they just be running back and forth across the lawn.
Just put it this way: they're darker than the night. The shadow figures were darker than the night.
We had a,
So if they're darker than the night, then you're able to see the silhouette. So I
hmm
was seeing silhouettes of something dark. Many of them running around.
my ex too, man. She was kind of weird, man. My baby mama, she would, we'd get near a cemetery and she'd start talking. And I go, what are you talking about? And she was like, somebody's calling me. And then she would walk back and forth all over the cemetery. And I would tell her, what are you looking for? And she was like, well, the person who's in this grave wants me to have what's on top of his grave, so I gotta find it. And sure enough, she walk up on a grave that had like sunglasses or something on top, and the spirit of that grave wanted her to have it.
Oh
So yeah,
wow!
she was pretty weird too, man.
So she was in tune to the
She's still in tune with the
spiritual realm.
spirits. Yeah.
Uh,
She-
I remember the time when. Well, go ahead, cousin. You were going to say something.
Yeah. One time we were just messing around. We turned off all the lights, and she was carrying one of those oil lamps. Okay, she had it on her, and she walked, and you can see on the wall, man. You see her shadow, and then a man's shadow walking behind her shadow. I was sitting on the couch, man, watching that. Every time she passed by, you see her shadow, and then a man's shadow walking behind her.
Oh wow!
Well, I know, Cynthia, but They were giving it to her. She wasn't taking it just to take it. It was being given as a gift. But yeah, cousin, she has a man's shadow following her shadow. I don't get that. I'm thinking maybe it's a shadow of her brother Jesse.
Probably.
But yeah, I always thought that was weird. I used to tell her, you do know there's a shadow behind your shadow. She goes, yeah, been there for a long time. She said, it's probably my brother Jesse. You knew him. I didn't. I never got to meet the guy.
Yeah, I knew him.
All I heard was his name was Jesse, and he was also a martial artist like I am.
He knew a little bit.
Then he had the same friend that I had. Cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese was his best friend.
Someone said the headman I saw in the duster coat and appeared around 6 foot by my bedside. He was now black shadow facing my bedside. Only seen him once. What do you think that they appear like shadow figures like that to
I think it's more
blend in
just
with the
so
elements?
yeah, so that they can be seen. Because nobody really pays attention to shadows anymore, man.
Because
Just
if they
like
blend in any other color, they're going to be able to be spotted. But color black will be the one of the hardest colors to blend. I mean, it can blend in with anything. Shadows during the day and especially in darkness, it can blend in real good.
and it's like I was saying, cousin, nobody looks at shadows anymore. Just like nobody ever looks up. Nobody ever looks up to see if there's anything up in the sky or up in a tree, top of a roof. Nobody looks up anymore, man. They just look down.
Everybody's too busy on their cell phones.
Yep. Yeah, for business, sleep paralysis, you can't move at all, man. Been there.
I do have the picture of when I got attacked by a lot of dark shadow figures during the day, early in the morning, that I got dropped to my knee, one of my knees to the ground because I was being pressed down from my head down, and something was holding my arms. I could feel them holding my shoulders, and my arms were back. And I started praying. I said, no, what I said is, God help me. When I said that, it's like whatever was pressing my neck down and had my shoulders, they let go. And it's kind of like, because I believe the Heavenly Father came to assist me spiritually. Or else I don't know what my fate would have been that early that morning.
I'll tell you what, Brian Griffin. I uh I have a white truck and I went all the way over there by where Primo lives. I was over there. I went past Temple. I went past where your sister lives. There's another little town down the way from there, cousin. And I went all the way over there and came back. And the truck had been running with no problem. So I came back to Fort Worth and put gas in it, and we lived at the other house. Brian Griffin, I went into the driveway and I was gonna park the truck in the backyard, and when I get past the corner of the house, I see a dark shadow figure, and he was wearing native fatigues. He looked like he was wearing a headdress, and it had a tail, and it went and disappeared at the tree that was in the backyard. So I had to drive by that tree to back it up and face it face it out the gate. So when I got to the tree, my truck died. It had been running for 8 hours. I don't know why it died, but when I parked it, I looked in the backyard while I was closing the gate, and there was a shadow figure that looked like a dog man in the corner of the yard. But yeah, I've seen a lot of shadow figures, and they do exist, Brian.
This is the closest picture I got of. But this one's a little bit enhanced. But the reason I enhanced it to see what was in the on the picture, but I can share it with you all.
Wow.
You see the fence to the left,
Mm-hmm.
and in the center where they're standing is the road, and they're blocking the road. That was the ones that were in front of me. So I was getting pressure from the top and from my sides, and I'm more sure there was some behind me also. That's when I said, "God help me," and He did. But
Well,
that's a
stop.
lot of them, no? You
It's a
see,
lot
some
of them
that are
there.
some are coming from the sky. Look,
Mm-hmm.
they're levitated. There's a lot of them. Look, like one, two, three, four in the sky,
Mm-hmm.
and one, two, three, four, possibly five right in front of me.
My right ear is ringing, cousin.
Just reading through them
Yes.
because I showed the picture.
No, before when you were downloading, and my right ear started ringing, and it's still ringing real loud. My higher self is trying to get to me, or something angelic.
Get that protection around you, primo.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna be able to sense even more.
Yeah, it's not going away, man. Usually it goes away. It's not going away right now. So, any questions, anyone? I'll ask again. This has been a good crowd. No questions, cousin.
All right.
I can't even see myself. All I see is Abe. Sit there. I'm a duende
Oh,
right now.
shit, my bad. I forgot, primo. My bad.
There, I moved it like I was eating, Cynthia. You were face to face with a shadow figure, Smurfy. You see what, Cynthia? Deborah says she would like to hear your testimony about seeing hell, cousin. Nowadays, casual conversation, everything in Hollywood is got attachments to it. Be it music, be it videos, be it movies. They all have attachments.
Yeah, that happened to me when I finally forgave, truly forgave in true faith the person that had come up against me in a negative way when I was 10 years old. Because I was trying to find out about what spiritual opening I had, and I believe I had unforgiveness. So I forgave that guy. And even though he wasn't here anymore, I had to forgive him. And the reason I knew it was dealing with him is because of the operation when it went up flying in the air. The way it was laughing, it was that guy's laugh. When I did that, when I forgave him, I guess I did one more attempt where I was in my room and I could see the shadow figures coming through the walls, and they were standing in my room. And they said they're going to show me something. So I seen an image, I seen a location where there was lava nearby. There's lava everywhere, fire, and there's people that are in cages with spikes, and they had all this kind of torture equipment everywhere there, where they're torturing people, where the flesh is coming off and going back on. They torture them. They goes, it's like a constant torture. They have all these devices, and then one of them says, "Do you want to know our names?" I didn't say nothing, and then he said that all of them have names. Every single one of them have names, but I didn't ask him nothing. Uh, and then he looked at me the way that he was dressed and stuff, the way he looked. You can see in this way, he kind of looked like he was like, what's the proper word? Just seeing how they looked. They had a certain look to them. Uh, in between native, something like native, but they didn't look like people. It's just the way they were dressed uh, was weird, and they said that they had every single one of them had a name. If I wanted to know their names, I said no. Like in my mind, I said no. And next thing you know, I'm back in my room, and they told me that they wanted me to do something. And they said, if you do this for us, we won't come after your family, your children, or any family member. We'll leave them alone. But we want you to do something for us. They call themselves the tormentors. That's the name that the game, the tormentors. So, as he asked me that, he asked me the question. Well, yeah, the question, he told me he wanted me to do something. What he wanted me to do is for me to take my life. He said, "You take your life, we won't mess with nobody." So I already knew the guy was a when I forgave the individual, that I knew that's a part of love. So I addressed him. Said, first of all, my 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 son and my family members, I pray for them, and I know that the Heavenly Father is protecting them. Then then I told him, as for me, uh I start I start saying the Our Father, and I said I'm taking authority over them, and I tell them to leave. What was I was able to do that is because I could feel the spiritual gift of discernment that the Heavenly Father blessed me for giving. So when I said that, they took off through the walls, and that was it. That's the last time I've ever seen them. I haven't seen them again. But there is a location where they torture. He said they call up any names. That happened in Elms Grove, brother and sisters. And ever since after that day, my life changed for the better. A lot of things that I was going through stopped, and it was like I was so happy that a lot of that the stress and pressure that you're carrying with you daily because you're fighting spiritual daily was off my shoulders. I feel so light, man. That and I found the way. The way is you gotta forgive. Can't be mad with your loved ones all your life. You have to forgive and move on forward in a positive way. Can't give power to the enemy. No, you have to uh, just overcome it without fear. I know Jesus Christ was with me, so that's why I told him to leave. I took authority over him. They was already mad with me because I got blessed to come to my body, so they know who they were dealing with. But the one of them said that they have so many names, different names, and I didn't want to get to know them that way. You know what I'm saying? Carly Christian's music channel. What's on your primo?
I'm waiting, man. I'm gonna give you at least 3 hours. We're 2 hours and 35 minutes in so far. But Smurfy wants to know if we've ever seen a big black mass, like a shadow figure that's a big mass but has no shape. Wasn't it the
Yeah,
one that picked up your truck?
I've seen it. The one that picked up the truck and the one that was passing by my friend's Dave. Yeah, a big black mass. Pretty big. I hope everybody's enjoying the show. I'm trying to. I know it's like when I was saying the stories, like sleep was trying to not sleep, but something was trying to hit me from saying the show. But yeah, man, when I forgave, oh my God, because forgiveness is part of love. As a dad, God bless, man. Even more of the Heavenly Father, with the spiritual gift of discernment. That's what I'll tell your brothers and sisters. To always maintain a love foundation and relationship with Jesus Christ. He's the only way. I know this shadow figures, when I said God help me, they took off. She knows that I was still that tap on her big in Jesus Christ's name. They will take off. So we're dealing with things that have the ability to mimic a shadow, mimic a voice, mimic a body to look a certain way, a form of a shapeshifter or a what people want to call a double hanger. But when something can manifest like that, to me, it's demonic. That's what their capabilities are. That's what they do. So they can get people to believe in them, so they get more power. They start believing in them. They start fearing them. It's more power for that unseen force to be able to use to manifest. Starts raising chaos and havoc in your household. Thank you, brother Exuberance. Thank you, sister Cynthia. Yes, brother Roy Deluxe. I believe they're all of the same. The Hammond, I think, is like a soul collector. That's what the Hammond is. Like a succubus and incubus, they're like in a form of a soul collector too, because they'll drain your soul out of you. When the Hammond appears, he normally appears when there's death. The Hammond appears, which is dark like a shadow. What other thing that's dark like a shadow appears? The Hellhound. The Hellhound with red eyes appear also. We can't forget the red eyes because they have the red eyes, which red would stand for demonic. When you start time by neighbor in Jesus Christ's name, it's got to be done in true faith and belief in Jesus Christ. You will get results. Reading some of the comments here, y'all. Yeah, to me, the Handman is like a soul collector, you know, because you don't travel alone. He's got other shadow figures. He's got a what do you call it? It comes with a hellhound also, and most likely succubus and incubus that travel with the sad man because they're all doing the same thing. They attack at night through, I know, yesterday show night terrors, sleep paralysis, people that have insomnia. They attack in those time frames. That's why I kind of like lighting up the Palo Santo here to clear my space from any negative energies. A hat man, right, comes with a cape. If you open up the cape of a hat man, what would it look like? Like wings. But who used to wear a cape before the hat man even showed up?
You talking about Dracula?
Nosferatu. There we go. The Count.
The Count is coming. In a couple of weeks, the Count will be here.
Yeah, we're gonna have a special guest. The Count will be here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Uh, Abe, brother Abe, and Sarcias are going trick or treating that night.
Or
The count
dancing.
is the count is coming due to popular demand. Going back to the master utopia. An Evans angel. Think ours were probably the minions spying, watching them going back to their master to repeat. The Hat Man, yes. Uh, yeah, they're pretty tall and intimidating.
Hmm. She said, Nevaeh's Angel said that the first horror movie, that was her first horror movie, Insane on Accident, Nosferatu. She said it scared the
Classic,
bejesus out of her.
the original one. Yeah, they're around. I used to see them all the time when I was a kid, man.
Road Deluxe wants to come on real quick, cousin.
It's 2:43. He wants to come on before the show finishes.
Yep.
All right, I'll let him come on. I'll put a link here. Link Road Deluxe. I give you the platform, and it was still pretty going pretty strong with the viewers. 39 viewers here.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody's enjoying the show. One day I will go back and try to do another video, but if I do go, it's going to be during the day because it got pretty hot and heavy when I went out there at nighttime by myself.
Well,
I could hear it.
I was trying to do the Chicano math, cousin. So, if I leave here at 6 in the morning, I'll get over there by 10. It's a 4-hour drive, right? Or is it 6-hour drive?
I'm not to where to here
Uh-huh. Welcome.
like three
What's
Hi,
up,
like three
bro?
hello, can you
hours.
hear me?
How
Hello,
you
how you
doing?
doing?
Hi, good evening, guys.
Welcome. You're the floor is yours.
Hold up, let me close my YouTube. Okay. I think that's better. I was
Floor
getting
is
some
yours,
feedback.
brother.
Hi, sorry, I just want to jump in real quick. Everything you're saying about the Shadow Man is jumping out at me because I saw it uh, before death even. I can't say too much about that, for privacy reasons. But all I can say is that I was visiting a friend and I dozed off. It was early morning, and I dozed off and I felt like my eyes opened, but it wasn't like my eyes. It was like my I don't know my dream eyes or something. And this uh, shadow thing just was kind of hovering in front of me, going towards the friend I was visiting, and it like stops in front of me and it notices me noticing it, and it I feel like it grew to fill the room because at first it was just like regular size, but at the next instant it felt like it got larger to fill the room, and it was kind of hovering over me, and it noticed that I noticed it, and after that moment it kind of took off, and then I woke up.
They move fast. They move fast,
Um,
and they always try to get you
Wow.
through your peripheral vision so you won't see them.
mhm,
But the ones here, they're strong, man. They'll pass right in front of you. They don't give a crap. They'll pass right in front of you, pass by the side of you. They could be looking at you too when they're passing by you.
huh.
I guess it depends on the location, but I try not to give them power, so I just ignore them. When they're trying to get my attention, and when I'm busy recording, I'll try to
Mhm.
catch them on video so I can make short reels out of them.
I didn't know I was gonna see
Place
it.
it there so people can see them.
Yeah, I didn't know I was gonna run into it. I wasn't supposed to fall asleep, I was just there, uh, just kinda waiting, and I fell asleep, and I dozed off for a
Yeah.
second, and I saw it, and it was I don't know. It started a whole 'nother, search for things. So I know you mentioned be careful what you're believing earlier to me, and, I research so many stuff. I read into a lot of things. So, I was gonna ask you,
So how big was his shadow figure?
it filled the room. It was a human size in the beginning, and then, when it turned to look at me, it got bigger. I think it to scare me or something. It was just
Yeah.
human size, and it got huge to where it was hovering over me, and it just felt like, there's a movie, like an X-Men movie where, one of the heroes is small in a dream world, and then the villain, he grows to fill the room and step on him or something, and it felt like that. And then it took off when it after it, like, faced me, and it took off, and I woke up, and I was like, "What was that?" And I'm, like, looking for it, and there's nothing there, and then I didn't tell anybody about it, I didn't know what to say. Just kept it to myself until pretty much now my wife knows, but that's pretty much it. So just wanna say that. I didn't wanna steal the end of the show, but I just wanna just say, like,
I don't know. You fine, brother?
yeah, yeah.
We were just trying to finish up the show just by talking, but was it the only time that you felt that shadow figure was you were at your friend's house?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you feel that it followed you to your house, or do you think it was something that was at his house?
Maybe just there, because I haven't seen that Shadow Man before. I had other sleep paralysis stuff happen to me before, but I never saw a shadow person in those. It was just being stuck on, like, that little red light underneath your TV, the little blue light, whatever it
Yeah.
is, just stuck on that, and I was like, "What's going on?" It wasn't like a creature came out, it was just, it's cold out here, so I'm kinda shivering. I'm in the garage.
Yeah, there's super stuff here all the time, man. Like, you can see it moving in the street, like they're walking down the street,
Yeah.
like, but it's a spirit.
You said peripheral?
In the backyard, you can see them moving
Mhm.
pretty fast.
You said peripheral, I kinda catch stuff, and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's just a shirt,"
peripheral vision.
or something like that. I kinda catch stuff.
You see movements like this, or sometimes they just pass right in front of you. Like the ones here in Central Texas, they'll pass right in front of you, man, and you can see them. You're like, oh shit, but can't get scared, but because that they're in spirit, so I always run into them,
Mhm.
day, night, doesn't matter. They show up, show the presence. Uh, they even have capabilities of speaking, mimicking noises, and
They can speak?
yeah,
Yes.
they can mimic noises. Uh,
They can sound like anybody you
They,
know.
yeah, they can
Oh,
drain your energy, your spiritual energy. If you have a
I think I might
spiritual
have felt
opening, they
that
will
once.
drain your energy. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like a punch once, and my body went like
Yeah,
around.
sometimes they'll poke you. You
Mhm.
feel like somebody is hitting you like that, or a touch.
This was like a
They have
punch.
those
It felt like.
capabilities.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially when they're going through your house because they're feeding off the energy source of your home.
Like the wires.
Like the location I go to, there is a power plant out there nearby, so they're getting a lot of energy from that power plant, which is electrical. And I think that's one of the reasons they surface up pretty strong in this area. And there's a lot of limestone. Limestone is an energy conductor. So if the limestone gets hit by the sun all day, or the things that are unseen or paranormal
Mhm.
feed off that energy to surface up.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So if you're like
So
near a
yeah,
mountain or something, it's just gonna happen, like no matter what.
yeah, where there is an energy source
Oh,
of the elements, a
a
a
river,
river,
maybe river.
a lake. I see them a lot at the rivers, at the lakes. There's shadow figures and believe it or not, the shapes of the skinwalkers, in the form of either their native form or the lycanthrope form. I've witnessed
Mhm.
them out there at nighttime running around, like chasing each other. Uh, I was at a party and they said, "Hey, who wants to go skinny dipping?" And people were drunk off their butts, and I said, "Man, let me go out there and wait down there just in case people stumble. I want nobody getting hurt because it was a steep going down trail, and then you go into like a little knot.
Mhm.
So I'm in the water swimming. I got my clothes on and waiting to see who the drunk people are going to come from up there, so I can help them back up the hill. So I'm swimming in the water and nobody's coming down the hill. So when I'm swimming in the water, I uh I heard movement in the woods and I see something going in the water and it's leaving a long trail and you can see something on top of the water which seems to be an alligator. So I stop treading water. I'm just floating in the water. When I see it move away, I take off real fast back on land. As I'm walking back up the hill on the trail, it's nighttime. I'm up halfway up the hill. When I turn around, I see this, what people want to call werewolves, dogman, lycanthrope, pass right in front of me, man. Like, I'm talking about inches away from me, freaking tall,
Yeah.
and brushed right against me. They were moving so fast that you could feel the wind pass by me. It was two of them running back to back, pretty big, right there by the lake. The lake I encountered this was in Belton Lake. Um, but yeah, they're there. Uh, all this land used to be native land, so they're able to manifest. You know, the thing is, what do you do to keep them out of your home? Well, you bless your home, you get place protection, but for some reason, they can find a way in, whether it's through you or through somebody visiting you that might have a spiritual opening.
Mhm.
They can attach and enter that way. But yeah, they, of what I witnessed, very dangerous. The shadow figures, or you know, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah, yeah.
shapeshifter skinwalkers. I got shoved off a cliff, two cliffs, where they literally could hear footsteps, and I got shoved off a cliff. I got a short whip while I'm all bruised up from my
Mhm.
body, where I got shoved off a ridge in Chalk Ridge Falls, which that's a hot spot for the shapeshifter skinwalkers because that's what it looks to me, but at the same time, they do look dark, like a dark shadow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a toss up. What are you dealing
I
with?
see. Like
dark shadow figure, the DDN, or is it the shapeshifter skinwalker? All I know is the dark entity. Normally, when you see something dark, that means something to me. What I win is something evil.
Hmm.
So, but what I notice when I go into prayer, they flee. Like I could be taking out the trash, and I'll see somebody standing in the middle of the road, looking at me by my stepson's truck, and I'm like, man, who's that by his truck? So I go to the road, and when I go to the road, I still see it standing in the road, and all of a sudden, as I'm gonna rebuke it because it's not a person,
Hmm.
it takes off real fast, and when it goes towards my neighbor's homes, the lights start flickering, kind of like it uses energy to move.
Yeah.
I can explain it, but
Does it,
if I
I've
had the
heard they make
equipment, I'll
crackling
be able to
sounds too.
capture it.
I've heard they make like electricity sounds too sometimes. From other interviews I've heard from other people.
Yeah, it uses energy where it's draining energy from the homes where the
Hmm.
lights are flickering from their homes. Like when it passes,
Yeah.
lights start flickering.
I'll
Like
start
it.
looking out for that. Corner of my eye. I'll start watching out for those things. Yeah.
So imagine this: if you're by yourself, like when I go investigate and it passes by me, if they take energy, guess what energy is trying to take away from me? My energy, right?
Hmm.
Because if it's making houses flicker, right? I'm just, no, to my conclusion of what I've witnessed, they do drain energy. So when I seen it move, all the houses that it passed, the light bulbs were flickering
Hmm.
when it passed. So it's got to use some kind of energy to be able to manifest and move. So, a water source could be a source of energy. Electrical plants has
Okay,
energy.
Judy Donnelly.
Hmm.
Houses have energy. Uh,
Like a cell phone.
other things,
Is a cell phone
a
enough to
cell phone has energy.
charge?
Equipment has energy. Anything that has energy, they're able to use, or should I say, drain,
Hmm.
to be able to have the capabilities to move. That's what I witnessed. And when you see them standing on the road, they don't look like a shadow. It looks like I'm not going to say like us, but I'll say like a two-dimensional, which it kind of looks realistic. But when you start praying against it, it moves real fast. Then you see the shadow form of it.
Is there
So
like
it has some abilities that it can deceive you.
a specific prayer that I can say, or do I? Is it just any prayer? Like, what can you do? What can I do?
You could say the Our Father if you want to,
Okay.
or if you see it when you're standing there in the street, that's like a form of a spiritual challenge. Normally, when you do that, you got to be careful because you might have a spiritual opening, right? And
Oh.
he knows that you have a spiritual opening. So what you do is just call upon the Heavenly Father, Jesus
Hmm.
Christ to assist you. I say, tie bind and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, and it'll flee. It'll take a away or run away from you because you're not doing it through yourself. You're doing it through Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
and they know that. They always know what path you're on. They can read your mind, whatever you're thinking, your thoughts, like
Mm.
maybe the ones that you were dealing with, like at nighttime. Some people have the succubus and incubus that
Yeah.
come at them. They're the same way. They'll drain your life source. You have crazy sexual dreams. Uh, that's how they attack. They keep you preoccupied in the dream while your body is
Yeah.
resting. That's when they're attacking the vessel. The succubus for a guy would be the succubus. It's draining the energy, your spiritual energy out of you. Uh, if you ever run into it to the succubus, if you ever wake up and it's right there in front of you, don't get
Hmm.
scared.
Good. It looks
Normally, it's going to have its mouth open where it's draining your energy.
like. Hmm.
You're going to be able to see some dark eyes that are open. It's hovering over you.
Hmm.
The best thing you can do is say, Thai binary beacon GS crash name. When you say
Is
that, it's gonna be gone. If you
is
ever run into the succubus, and
to
for
cut you off,
female, it would be an incubus.
a hag is a hag witch? Is that an incubus thing?
Yeah,
A succubus?
they call her well, they call her
The sea
the
hag.
sea hag or a witch.
Okay, I've heard like
But
animes bring her up sometimes.
yeah, but you got the sea witch, and then you got the incubus, and they also have a familiar that travels with them. So it's actually the traveling threes that
Trees?
nobody knows about.
Oh.
Sometimes the incubus will help the succubus drain the life source of somebody.
Hmm.
So basically, I had, let me see, one, two, three, four, five, six neighbors that died within a 2 month frame when I was seeing this dark shadows going into their homes through the walls. And I tried to warn them. They got scared what I was telling them. So where I used to live, it's an office, and they reported me to the office. And I said, okay, I won't tell them nothing no more. And I kept on seeing this dark. I was trying to fight the dark shadows because they were coming in numbers from the woods to the park to the mobile homes. So then I lost all those neighbors. They all had something in common. They were all found dead in their bed. They were all found dead in their bed, every single one of them,
Hmm.
except one. One was found dead on a recliner with a remote in their hand.
Oh wow,
So all I know, is shadow figures or succubus, incubus, they attack when you're asleep.
like Freddy
So if they
Krueger.
drain the life source and they're successful of draining your life source, well, that's where they're gonna find you, is where you were laying down, when you were asleep.
Hmm.
Let's see. Read some of the comments here. Anybody got any questions?
Yep, I can jump out too if anybody wants. Maybe if you want to finish up your show or have anybody
Yes,
else wants to jump on. Yeah, I
three
can jump
hours
in.
and 2 minutes, cousin.
Thank you for having me on, man. I'll be in the chats. Thank you. I'm enjoying your show. Appreciate it.
Hey,
All right,
anytime there's
brother.
a
Well, thank
live
you
mic
for
night, you're more than welcome to jump in
yeah,
from the
man. You're
beginning.
more than welcome, man. Don't be shy. Just whatever we're here to try to help out. One of these days, man, I'll go out there so you can see what I'm talking about, because I'll catch them on my camera where they're moving. They
Hmm.
they move very rapidly, but sometimes I run into other things that are out there, banshees and freaking lechuzas and brujas.
The Chusas. What's a
Yeah.
is that a succubus too?
Lechuzas is like a big,
Huh?
it's a like a harpy,
Oh, okay, okay. Cool, cool. All right,
but
thank you so much. All right, thanks for having me on. I'll be in the chats.
Good morning.
we're going, brother.
And
Well, this
cousin,
is
3 minutes, 3 hours and 3 minutes, cousin.
yeah. Well, people don't understand that some of these shadow figures, they're very tall. Uh, this way, I consider them to be like DDN, because they say DDN were as tall as oak trees, right? So when you think of tall as an oak tree, and you see this tall shadow figures that are like 9, 10, 11, 12 foot, up to 50 foot tall, it would be the spirit of the DDN, demonic spirit, disembodied demonic Nephilim, because they were
Yeah,
giant, right?
Devorah, you would never see the old hag because the old hag appears to men. You would probably see like the old sea captain because the male is the one that attacks the women, the incubus. Thank you for coming on, Royal Deluxe. It was a pleasure to have you. Like I said, anytime you want to come on when it's open mic, feel free to take control and just jump in as soon as you can. That way you'll have more time to share
Share
your
your
stories,
story,
man.
brother. Yeah, next time, come a little bit earlier. I know tomorrow we're gonna have a good show. It's dealing
Welcome,
with
Nancy.
the Lycanthropes, the Dogman, uh, any name you can think of. El Lobo, El
El
Hombre Lobo,
Chihuahua. El Chihuahua.
Body. Tomorrow's show is gonna be off the chain, man. We're gonna be check it out tomorrow. What time do you want to start the show? Cause
Hey, tomorrow, man, do you want to do a pre-live like you did today, or you just want to do a live?
I think we should just go with the live. I was just
You want
wanted
to
to do
do?
the pre-live today, but we can go with the live. I was
You
just
want
trying
to do? Do you want to do the live early, or you gonna do it at its regular time at 11?
to. I just want to go an hour early. I don't know. Since some of our members are from California. Uh,
Oh, okay, I understand now. I know, cause Cynthia is 2 hours behind us as well. Like we're 2 o'clock right now. She's about 12 o'clock over there where she's in Arizona.
Hello, Judy Donnelly. How you doing today?
You want? We could leave it for the same time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it tomorrow, Primo.
Okay, primo.
Uh,
That that being
yeah,
said,
I'm just trying
I
to catch
bid
up with the
you
comments here.
I bid y'all adieu. May the Lord protect y'all while you sleep and fill you full of blessings in the morning. I'm out. See you tomorrow, cousin.
I'm just trying to catch up to the comments before I head on out. Yeah, sleep paralysis. She will drain your energy through your mouth, through your nose. Uh, she can attack you through your through your scent and through your ears. But she drains your energy from your mouth and your nose. She sucks up your energy through there, your spiritual energy. Well, that's what she was doing to me. And I rebuked her in Jesus Christ's name. Or while she was sucking my energy, I was able to wake up from a sleep, and I seen her with her mouth open, hovering over me, sucking my life source. And I said, I type under rebuke in Jesus Christ. And when I said that, her mouth opened up real big, her eyes got real big. But it's not regular eyes, it's because she's in spirit, right? The darkness of her was supposed to be her eyes got real big, and she exploded. And she went into little pieces. When she exploded, all these orbs were flying everywhere, different colors of orbs. I believe it was the spirits of people. So they were flying around everywhere. Next thing you know, one of the orbs comes in front of me, like telling me thank you or something, and then it just takes off. It was a lot of orbs that were floating around in my house, and they were going through the walls and everything. It's gonna I think it was the souls that she's collected over the years or centuries that got freed that day. You're welcome, Royal Deluxe. I'm just trying to catch up to the comments here. Thank you, Sister Cynthia. Yeah, coming tomorrow is going to be a great show, guys and gals. Uh, we're going to talk about all the encounters that I witnessed of this phenomenon, or I'm more sure they've been seen a lot throughout the centuries by people. I'll just say this demonic forces that have the capability to look like lycanthropes, werewolves. So it's a must see tomorrow. I'm thinking 11 o'clock again. I'll see, or maybe I could get sooner. I don't know if I'm gonna do a pre-show. I'll just see how I feel tomorrow of what I'm gonna do. Reading the comments. Yeah, thank you, brother Royal, for jumping in. We try to best to try to get everybody involved. That's why I got open mic there for anybody. All during the show. If somebody wants to jump on and share an experience that they experience, even if it's for a little bit, and we can talk about it. Sharing is caring, brothers and sisters. The more people participate, it'll make you feel better too when you get certain things off your chest. It'll make you feel better. We all can learn from sharing our experiences. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, I want to thank all the moderators, cousin Jesse, all the people that tuned in. Tune in tomorrow. It's going to be an awesome show. It's going to, whatever name you could think of that people want to call it werewolf or lycanthrope, anything you could fit in the category of it, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So tune in for tomorrow night, most likely the same time. I'm thinking 11, because that's a good time for the people that are 2 hours behind us. And saying that, tell your friends about it. Bring them in, and we're going to have a good conversation. There was my little dog man right here. Check it out, Rebel. What are you doing, Rebel? What do you want? Go outside. Rebel. He wanted a treat. That was my dog, Rebel. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, everybody have a good night. God bless every one of y'all and your families. Like I said, here we always have open mic nights. If somebody wants to share something or they're going through something, y'all just all you got to do is say, "Hey, I want to share something with a group," or hit me up with a link. I'll hook y'all up so you can share whatever you have to share. Don't be shy, man. I'm actually a shy person. Tell you the truth. Uh, being in the military and all, I guess the shyness went away. But yeah, I used to be a very shy person, a person that really wouldn't say too much. When you grew up in the '70s and it's tough love, you get to used to not saying too much because if you say something, it's discipline time, right? But in saying that, brothers and sisters, I'll let y'all go for tonight. Like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's show. See y'all tomorrow. It's going to be a very good one. Thank you. God bless you all.